Right, the Cold War. We can trigger the shark in this pool by swimming to the right onto this tile here, and then doubling back and swimming up to this platform where you can shoot him from up here. You don't really need to use the harpoon gun in this game. There's really no good circumstance for it, especially if you're doing no loads, no meds. It's safer to pull up onto land and shoot water enemies from a safe distance. We want to make sure to take care of this guy so that he's not chomping on you while you're getting the secret in the pool. Okay, he should be down. If you want the harpoon gun, it's back here on this wooden crate. I don't usually take it, but the first secret is in this pool, in this little hidden alcove. There are 3 secrets in each level in the Golden Mask, including the bonus level Nightmare in Vegas. Be sure to pick that up and don't forget it. And if you want ammo for the harpoon gun, it's kind of lying around scattered on the floor in this opening pool. But again, we're not going to be concerned with using the harpoon gun for no loads, no meds. There's a leopard hanging out up here. Instead of engaging him in close quarters, you can stay on this platform where you're safe from taking damage from him and kind of shoot him from a distance. It's a little bit more time consuming, but you want to conserve your health over, it's better to stay safe and take your time than to unnecessarily lose health, especially in the early stages of this level. Once you pick up those shotgun shells, there will be a boulder that spawns. Just be sure to tap backward as soon as you pick that up. There will be a leopard spawn when you enter this cave on this tile here. Okay. If you feel more comfortable using the shotgun to take him out a little bit quicker, you'll see I took a little bit of damage there. And that's okay, but if you feel more comfortable using the shotgun, then absolutely use it. I like to get the spawns for the enemies taken care of before triggering all the boulders. There'll be another enemy that spawns in here. He will leave the cave, most likely. Just wait for him to come back. There's a flare pick up here that will trigger a boulder that comes down in front of Lara. Just move out of its way. I believe it triggers later anyway, but triggering it here is safer than running into it later. There'll be a second boulder here. Now in this cave, there will be another spawn. You can take him out with a shotgun. You can see it's only 2 shots with the shotgun, so they go down pretty quick. Under that block is a med pack. We're not concerned with med packs since we're doing no loads, no meds, so it is not necessary to pick up any of the meds for this challenge. When you step on this tile in front of Lara, there will be 2 boulders that spawn. One up here on the right, and then another from this alcove here. Just want to make sure to keep running past them, so you're not squished. When we get to the top of this ice ladder, You want to run immediately forward so that Laura's pressed up against the wall in front of her. There will be the first ranged enemy will spawn in this level. You want to take him out with a shotgun. So if you stand here, he'll come from that door up there. If we wait here, we can kind of surprise him. And just as he comes around the corner, or when he goes around to Laura's right, you can roll past him and shoot him from the back. It might seem counterintuitive to get really close to ranged enemies, because in other games that can be kind of dangerous. But there are a lot of instances in Tomb Raider where you can use this strategy to get close to a ranged enemy and get behind him, because then he will not be able to attack Lara and you can conserve your health more easily. Okay, so for the next enemy up here, I want to run around this ramp up here to the left and kind of get in an area where he can't shoot you. Use the same strategy, try to stay behind him as much as possible, and you'll see that he wasn't able to do any damage. When you're running up from the left, there is a chance that one of his shots can hit you, because when you're about here, he can start firing at you. But I found it's pretty consistent to get into that this little hiding spot for cover over here and let him come to you. And it takes 3 shotgun blasts to kill these enemies, assuming Lara actually hits them with the shotgun. It's kind of an unreliable weapon, but it's what we have to start with. So there are more shotgun shells hidden behind these blocks here. It's not necessary to collect every little piece of ammo for the golden mask, but I do it because it makes me feel comfortable to be stocked up. Especially for a challenge like this, because the golden mask is a pretty hard game to do the no loads, no meds. There are also a lot of flare pickups that aren't necessary. I don't tend to use flares in this game a lot. But here on this platform, you can trigger an enemy, one of the birds, I believe, that will come flying. And I recommend killing him before ziplining down, just so he can't do damage to you, because there'll be other bird spawns when you hit the ground after ziplining. It's just best to have as few enemies attacking you at once as possible. Okay, here there are 2 bird spawns. I'm gonna try to avoid, they don't do a lot of damage, but you want to try to not take, let them touch you if possible. Just because every little bit of health helps, especially for later. Now the M16 is back in this little alcove here. There's a trap, however. So when you run forward, right around where that zip line is, a boulder will start rolling from up here. You can't see it right now, but it will spawn. So what you want to do is jump to the slopes on the left to avoid it, and you will start sliding back down in the direction of the boulder. Another thing you can do is jump over the slope and to the area where we first landed. So you want to do something like this, just to avoid being squished or taking any, letting the boulder nick you at all, because they can drain health just by touching you. You don't want to lose a good chunk of your health so early on. M16 is a great weapon to have. It's because it has a greater range than any of Lara's weapons. So it also means that you can target enemies that are typically out of range from damaging you. If you pull up here, this leopard won't be able to hit you or come and attack you. So you can kind of take him out from here. Let's get the automatic pistols. The automatic pistols are hidden back here. Just be careful of slopes and sliding down. There's a lot of ways for Lara to fall to her death, as is typical of any Tomb Raider game. In this area, you want to be very careful where you're stepping. So you do not want your run to end early because of a fall. The second secret is hidden in the pit that you zipline over here. So if you follow this pathway here, or notice she's not sliding, all these others platforms she will slide and fall to her death. But here there's a ladder that's not visible to the eye, but she'll start climbing on it. Now you can climb down like this, or you can kind of tap grab as she falls. If you feel more comfortable just climbing down, that is also okay. There will be a leopard spawn here. Don't let him get too close to you. And the second secret is on this platform. Now in the Golden Mask, the secrets are always ordered in the same way. So the first secret that you should encounter are the stack of coins. The second one will be the gold bars. And the third secret will be a golden skull. So if you pick up gold bars before a stack of gold coins, you probably miss the gold coins. So picking up the second secret will take you back to close to the start of this level. So you'll have to do a little bit of backtracking. There shouldn't be any other enemy spawns if you already came this way and triggered these two ranged enemies. Shouldn't be any other birds, any other leopards. And the zipline will be reset, so you can take the zipline back down. And that's the safest way to get back, just so you don't take any fall damage. And the zipline should spawn as soon as you step onto this platform. So you want to head up this way. So we need to go grab a key to progress. So I want to be very careful with this guy here. I like to wait here for him, just like we did before. Surprise him and stay behind him. Right? Don't even give him a chance to shoot at you. He should always be kind of like looking over his shoulder like, oh, where'd Lara go? This lever here will not open this gate in front of Lara. It will actually open the door on the other side. And we'll need that open in order to progress, so make sure that that's pulled. You'll hear enemies spawn, but they won't be a threat to you until you put the key, until you open this next door with the key. You want to immediately equip your shotgun after this, because there will be a ranged enemy that appears. Wait for him. and stay behind him as much as possible. I do like to check most enemies for pickups. I can't remember who drops what. They might pick up a random med pack every now and then, but that's okay. Okay, and here, just want to be careful not to jump at all because some enemies can hit you. There are a few that spawn that are at a distance. Oh, we don't need this med pack. Autopilot. Okay, so what I like to do is there's an enemy that spawns down below. There's a platform down here. And the M16 is really good at taking out enemies quickly and from a longer distance. So there's a little bit of RNG here. He may go back and hide there for a while. We'll wait and see if he comes back out. There is a lot of waiting with no loads, no med strategies, just because you want to conserve Lara's health. So you will be spending a lot of time waiting for enemies. It seems like he is going to be staying back there. So this does happen frequently with this enemy. Once you start shooting him, he will just kind of stay back in that hole. Let me see. There's an enemy that spawns over there as well. We can take him out with an M16 a little bit later, or use the skidoo to do that. Okay, so if he's not coming out, what you want to do is equip the automatic pistols. It's the second strongest gun that you have. The shotgun might miss a lot. You will be directly confronting him and taking some damage. So you can take a running jump to the slope here, kind of where Laura's head is facing. Not this slope, that distant slope. She will slide down. You want to tap grab and then immediately fall and start shooting at him. There'll be a leopard spawn as well. And it's a messier strategy if he won't come out, and you will take some damage. Ideally, if you can stay out here and shoot him, that does give him the opportunity to hit you a lot more. But you can see we're still above half health, which is pretty good. We didn't lose too much health, thankfully. Even with the leopard, like 2 enemies attacking Lara at once. Not an ideal situation, but let's come down here and see if we can hit one of these enemies at range. Okay, I've got this guy targeted here. Okay, there's one. The reason we take those guys out with no loads, no meds is because they can target you from a distance while you're on the jet ski, or the skidoo, excuse me. Okay. We're about to move into some very dangerous, some of the most dangerous territory of this level for no loads, no meds. Right, so I want to make sure that you're holding action when you go over this ramp, just to ensure that she has as much speed as possible. Make sure you're completely aligned so she doesn't fall off the edge anywhere. What did you drop? Okay, good. All right, so this next area, Lara can take a lot of damage here because there's another skidoo guy that will appear. You want to run out and land, jump onto this wooden platform so that he cannot run you over. You want to target him as soon as possible. There's a chance he may shoot and do a lot of damage. You just want to wait here and drain his health little by little. And then danger with standing anywhere else with these raised platforms is that he can come up to you and one-hit kill you just by touching you with the jet ski. And this way I've noticed if you stand here, he doesn't usually come over this way. He'll typically go back and forth between that opening and the edge of that area over there. There's some M16 clips here. I ditch the other skidoo for the ones that can shoot, just because they're going to be a little bit more useful for taking out enemies later on in the level. There's a guy up here. You see how they can do damage. That's why it's ideal to take them out in advance from over there with the M16 before coming up here. Okay, so for this jump, you want to make sure that you're not jumping too far left, because there's a chance that she can hit the edge of that slope over there and fall to her death. So you kind of want to aim a little bit for the corner of the edge there and go forward. These jet skis are a little bit slower than the... I keep calling them jet skis. The snowmobiles are a little bit slower if they have guns. Alright, there's another guy that got spawned. We're gonna wait for him over here. Try to stay behind him as much as possible. Very similar to the strategy that we use for the ranged enemies when we're hiding behind a corner, waiting to ambush them. Okay, and you want to trigger him by taking your snowmobile right up here to this tile, or the tile next to it, and kind of coming back here and waiting to ambush him, because he will spawn later. And if you're not on the snowmobile, he can do a lot of he can just kill you by running into you. Okay, so in this room, I want to open that door. As soon as you pull the lever that's back there, this enemy will come out. So you want to make sure to have a strong weapon drawn so you can start shooting him immediately. Make sure not to fall into the water. If you stay behind them, they do not have an opportunity to shoot you very much, because they're trying to like locate you. Okay, so the third secret, you want to come out here and fall into the water. Is there anything else in this room, come to think? No. The third secret is a little sketchy, because you get ambushed as soon as you pick it up by 3 ranged enemies. Or we're getting close to the end of the level. So this is a flip map room, which means that when you step in Tomb Raider, flip map means when you pull a lever, step on a tile, or pick up something, the room will change in an instant. So when we pick up this med pack here, we don't need it, but we need to pick it up in order to trigger the flip map. Boulders will fall. And notice that the floor has suddenly disappeared as well. So you want to be careful navigating this room. We want to go around to the right here. And these are now platforms that will shatter when Lara steps on them. Not all of them, but most of them. So you're safe here on this tile. But when we move forward, we want to jump onto this the platform that's just underneath those raised, shattered platforms. And she should actually clip through them like that. Which again, a little sketch, but that's just how it is. And the floor in here is no longer, there's no longer water in this room. It's been iced over due to the flip map, so you can come up here and pick up some good ammunition. So the third secret is at the bottom of this room, and you can slide down as such to get to the bottom safely without losing any health. There are some walls that you can shatter. Okay, so once we pick this up, there's going to be a gigantic ambush. And what I like to do is make sure to have at least those walls all shattered. I think that one too. Because we'll be running around and climbing back up the way we came in order to target enemies from a distance where they can't as easily shoot us. So I found a consistent pathway is to run around to the left of this room to avoid them hitting you. There are some invisible monks in here that may take out some of these enemies for you. I would not depend on them to do that though, because they are not very reliable. I'm gonna come around this way, jump up this slope, come in here. There's another slope. I want to make sure to be as close as possible when jumping. Climb up these platforms. They're going to be so focused on shooting the monks that they usually will not target you. So that gives you a chance to escape up here. I'm going to pull out the M16 and get away from the edge as fast as possible because they will take out the monks very fast. You do not want to stumble or make any errors in this pathway. You want to be as efficient as possible as coming up here. Now we can start slowly approaching the edge and seeing if Lara will target the enemies down there before they can even have a chance to shoot at her. Okay, so I've got one of the guys targeted. Okay, and some of them will be weak because they took damage from the monks. So we can take them out. Just need this third guy. All right. Once you got all three, you can head back down and collect anything that they dropped. I like to drop hang, even though the just running off the edge won't cause Lara to take any damage. But if she falls a little bit too far, she can, you know, miss the ledge that's underneath her and fall just a little bit further. And that's when she can either die or take lots of damage that will be detrimental later on. So you can see we're about at half health, which is pretty good luck for this level. You don't want to rely too much on luck with no loads, no meds. You want to find strategies that are consistent. There's a leopard that will be coming at you. He's over there right now. You want to wait around here to start targeting him. Make sure he doesn't get too close. And then we're all good. We got all the secrets. Now we just need to finish the level up. Okay, and that door will automatically open and let you back out. It will be closed from the other side when you first see that door. Okay. So when you're approaching this next open area, you want to have the M16 drawn. When you step on, it's not the tile that's directly in front of Lara, it's the next tile. I like to take out the guy there's going to be two spawns. One guy up on those platforms and the other guy up here. I like to take out the guy on the right first with the M16 because his back will be to Lara usually because he'll be running out toward that door over there. He won't be able to get to the door, but okay, and here, I'm to take out the automatic pistols. Wait for this guy to be close-ish, or with his back to Lara. Jump up and start targeting him. At this point, you can wait down here and shoot him when he appears. This can take a lot of time, but it is an effective strategy to ensure that he will not hit you at all. And since we're at half health, I'm going to use this strategy just to take him out. Since he seems to be in a consistent cycle here. Enemies aren't that bright in Tomb Raider. There we go. Okay, and that's usually consistent. Another thing that you can do is, it's a little bit tricky, but he has a hard time hitting you if you're standing here. Something that you can do is roll, jump this way, and stand here, and he can't hit you. And you can wait until he has his back turned to Lara, and then kind of jump up this way and start shooting him, and making sure to stay behind him as much as possible. It's a little bit more risky, but it works. There's an example of that in my no commentary walkthrough for this. Okay, I'm gonna bring a jet ski up here, just because I like to use one for the last part of the level. Okay, so instead of barging into the next area, I like to take the M16 and kind of stand here, because she can target one of the ranged enemies. He can't shoot her from where he is, but you can shoot him. Just so that he can't hit Lara before she has a chance to start gunning. You can, if you were doing like a normal run of this without, if you weren't doing the no loads, no meds challenge, you could get a little bit closer and just start gunning him down like that. But there's a chance that he can hit you. And if you can take absolutely no damage from these enemies for this challenge, that's the ideal method. Okay, that's just a med pack. Okay, so this next sequence can be a little bit tricky, because you need to make sure that you don't get hit by any boulders. Now, one thing you can do is, if you're not going to use the jet ski, the snowmobile, Lara will slide down through that doorway, and it's generally a little bit safer because you can like navigate that a little bit more easy than using this. But what I like to do is take the jet ski down very carefully through the door. You want to make sure to get through the door as quickly as possible. Gun down these enemies, because the boulders can still kill you if you're on the jet ski. Skidoo. So come this way, trigger an enemy that spawns back here. Start gunning him down before he has the chance to hit you. And he'll drop a key that we need to progress. So something I like to do in this level is take the snowmobile all the way to the point where you can't progress with it, to this doorway, and kind of position it so that the guns are aiming in the doorway. It doesn't look like they'll hit enemies from here if they're on that platform, like beyond the doorway, but it will automatically target them. And it's a faster way of killing. There will be 3 enemies that we can kill this way, if they behave for me. Be a leopard spawn here, tap back, he won't be able to come and get you down here. And just wait for him. And get positioned in a place where you can catch him in his stupid cycle that he's doing. Again, time consuming, but it's safe. We can come down here and pull the second to last lever that we'll need in this level. Okay, so timing this can be a little bit tricky. Oh, he's already here. Great. We can wait for him to come back. And once they're in the doorway, you can shoot them. And they'll usually die within 2 seconds if you have a constant stream of bullets on them. It doesn't seem like he's gonna behave. So yeah. Use the same methods as before. Okay, when we enter the next area, there will be 2 ranged enemies that spawn. And we can run back to the snowmobile and try this strategy. Just like that. Nice and easy. Because taking on 2 of those guys at the same time can be really difficult and can drain your health quickly. Right, there will be a bird spawn here. And you don't want to, if you can help it, stay at a distance from them. They don't do a lot of damage and they're not as intimidating, but... Alright, last 2 enemies of the level. Something you can do, you can kind of YOLO this and just jump into the pit. If you have enough health, like I do, that strategy will work. They might get a few pot shots in on you, but it should be fine. You'll fall into a pool of water below. But if you don't have a lot of health, let me show you what you can do here. Because you don't want to YOLO and just jump into the pit. You want to take your M16 and come back this way, where you'll be out of range from them shooting you, but you can still hit them from here. And it's a little bit of waiting, but you can take them out from a safe distance, and you don't have to worry about losing what little of your health remains, because the end of the level is right there. We just got 1 more guy to take out. Let's see if he comes back this way. Okay. If you're having a hard time getting him to spawn there, try on the other side, because he might be stuck in some cycle over here. Yeah, okay, so. And YOLOing it, you get to conserve more M16 ammo, but you'll have the opportunity to restock later on. Okay, so with them dead, you can just fall here and swim to the end of the level. You don't have to worry about this guy through the glass. He cannot hit you. And that's that.